Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Alrighty, everybody. Hello, hi. I've been doing schoolwork all day, which is why I look like this. But welcome to a new series here on my YouTube channel. So lately, if you've been following along here and on Instagram, you've probably seen, but I have been really struggling with diet culture and not myself falling into it, but seeing it promoted so much lately and seeing young girls and boys and women and whoever it may be falling for the trends of diet culture, and it's just not sitting right with me. I feel like now that we're in 2021, it really should not be as prevalent as it is, but it is. And I was not quite sure what I could do for it, and I felt stuck for a while, but I have a platform here. It's not the biggest platform out there, but it is something, and if I can impact one person in a positive way and help them out, then that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing this for. So that's what we're doing. This is the new series, Breaking Through Diet Culture. We are going to go through so many things in this series. I have so many ideas for videos. But today we are starting out with a little bit of an introduction. I asked you guys what your questions, thoughts, comments, concerns were about diet culture and diet trends on my Instagram page. And I wrote some things down, some of the main things that people wrote on there, and we're going to talk about them today. We're going to talk about diet culture in general, what it is, what to look for, all of that stuff. And yeah, let's just jump right into this video today. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to stick around for this journey, for this new series, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me to know that I'm doing something right here and that you guys like the content that I'm putting out. So make sure to do that always, and let's jump in. I thought it would be fun today while we talk, instead of just having like a sit-down video, to bake, because I like to bake. I like desserts, and I thought it would be fun because sometimes the sit-down videos can be a little boring, and my short hair really struggles to go back in a ponytail. But today we're going to be making Twix bars from Jazz Tyler Fit. This video feels very similar to my last video introduction because we also did a recipe from her, but I love her and she has awesome recipes, so we're going to be making that. So the first thing that I just kind of wanted to go over, and actually had somebody kind of ask, like, what exactly is diet culture? What entails it? I mean, we all kind of know different parts of it, but in general, diet culture is just like the society standard and belief in that weight and size and appearance is more important than health and well-being. It's really just this idea that the way that you look is more important than the way that you feel and the way that your health is doing, I guess you could say. So first up on the list is tracking macros. So there's a couple things about tracking macros, but in general, tracking macros is not a bad thing. If you have specific fitness goals, specific weight loss goals, and you are new, you don't know where to start, you don't know much about food, tracking macros is the easiest way. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, as I've told you many, many times, but there are a lot of ways to be in a calorie deficit without tracking your macros. But if you don't know a lot about macros, if you don't know a lot about food and proper nutrition and eating, tracking macros is a very, very great way, and probably the most effective way that people would say is to lose weight. However, tracking macros
can become detrimental to your relationship with food. And this is kind of where like my opinion of it comes in. I struggled with my relationship with food because of my obsession with counting calories. Now, that was a me problem, but it does happen to a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of young girls, especially when starting out, especially when you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So if you're tracking macros for the wrong reasons because you want to be skinny and you're not learning and you're not becoming knowledgeable about the foods that you're eating and the amount that you're eating and the proper calories and the proper breakdowns of each macronutrient that you should be eating each day, then that's where there becomes an issue. If you have a great relationship with food, if you know what you're doing with macros and you're doing it for the right reason, for your specific weight loss or weight gain, maintenance, fitness goals, then it's a great tool. It's a very great tool. But if you're not in it for the right reasons, and if you are struggling with your relationship with food and you find that you are obsessing over every single detail, over every single last gram or ounce or whatever it is that you're eating, you're making sure that your calories are down to the specific point, that's where the issue comes in, and that's where I personally stopped tracking macros. So if you're doing it for the right reasons, it's a great tool. If you're obsessing over it, you need to back off a little bit. Going off of tracking macros, another question that I got was my thoughts on bulking and cutting, and I feel like these two can go hand in hand because tracking macros is a big part of bulking and cutting. Now, if you don't know what bulking and cutting is bulking is basically eating more calories than your maintenance, more calories than you burn in a day to put on muscle. And they're very complicated. You can't just start eating more. A proper bulking phase is very long, and you slowly increase your calories to make sure that you're putting muscle mass on more than you're putting fat mass on. And a lot of people can't bulk because they're not mentally prepared to gain weight. When you bulk, you're going to gain weight. It's not, you can't avoid it. It's just gonna happen. You're eating more calories than you're burning. You're gonna gain weight, but if you're going to bulk, you have to do it the right way. There's a difference between weight gain and bulking is for specific strength and muscle goals. Now, cutting is the reverse of that. Cutting is after a bulking phase, and that's when you're going to decrease your calories to lose the fat that you put on and show the muscle definition of the muscle that you gained while bulking. This also needs to be done correctly, and I have no problem with bulking and cutting, but the main thing is you need to be doing it for the right reasons, and you need to be doing it correctly. You need to know what you're doing, because so many people will be like, oh, I'm cutting, but they've never stepped foot in the gym before, or they've never bulked, or they've never cut before, you know? You have to make sure that you have been eating at maintenance calories or higher before you can start a cut, because if you're already eating in a calorie deficit and you start a cut and you keep decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, you're gonna end up under eating, and that's going to ruin your metabolism and be super detrimental to your body and your relationship with food and your relationship with yourself, which is what I did. So that's a no. So in general, bulking and cutting, I think they are great. I think those are two phases that are probably more for like advanced I guess I shouldn't say lifters, because you don't have to lift necessarily, but if you've been on a fitness journey for a while, I guess I wouldn't say it's for if you're just starting out. If you're just starting out on your fitness journey, you know, you should be doing it to get back into shape, to maybe lose some weight, to get where you want to be. and then you can start bulking, and then you can start cutting. Just make sure that you are knowledgeable of every single step and that you're doing it for the right reasons, because either way you can end up making a mistake, and that could hurt your progress in either phase. All right, time to put this in the oven for 15 minutes. I'll link the recipe below like I always do for you guys, but that was like the shortbread layer that has to bake. The next question that I got, I thought was a really good question and really important, and that was, what do you look out for when somebody's promoting something? How do you know that it's a diet trend? How do you know that it's a part of diet culture? And I think this is great, and I think it can be really tough sometimes to determine whether something that somebody is telling you to do is actually going to be beneficial to your health and your fitness journey, or if it's one of those diet trends that is going to give you the body that you want in 2 days. The main thing that I would say to look out for is the keywords that are typically going to be in the description of whatever it's going to be. It's going to be the quick fixes. It's going to be get this in 2 weeks, 30 days. Try this for a flat stomach. Anything that promises you a quick fix in your body change is not correct, is not evidence-based. Those are going to be the things that you need to look out for. Those do this ab exercise before you go to bed for 30 days and have a six-pack. That's just not it, sis. Not it. You also need to look for things that give you specific rules to your eating and to your diet. Food rule 2. Nice. I'm just so mad I'm chucking peanut butter everywhere because people promote diet trends. Food rules shouldn't be a thing. Like, you shouldn't have to follow certain rules when you're eating unless you have like a food allergy. So things like that, like you need to eat this with this, or only eat this right away in the morning, or you shouldn't eat this before bed. Those are rules. Those are food rules, and there are no such thing. Like, you can be healthy and happy and reach your fitness goals without following specific rules to your eating. Like, come on, people, just eat what you want when you want. Obviously, don't take that lightly. Like, I'm not throwing that out there. But yeah, basically, you just have to look out for things that, I'm trying to think, because it can be tricky. It really can be tricky. Like, people will do everything that they can to promote this thing and let you know that it works when it really doesn't. So I guess I would say anything that you aren't seeing often, anything that you haven't seen maybe another one of your favorite influencers promote, anything that you feel hesitant about is probably trying to target you through diet culture. And here's an easy way to fix it. Look it up. Research it. There is countless research out there to help you with your fitness journey and to help you learn about nutrition and food and proper eating. And if you see something that you've never heard of before, something that somebody new is promoting to aid you in your fitness journey, look it up, research it, ask somebody else about it, reach out to one of your favorite influencers that you follow and that inspires you on your fitness journey, and ask them. Say, hey, I saw this. Do you know anything about it? Would you recommend this to me? Ask a certified personal trainer. Ask a registered dietitian. There are so many resources for you out there, so many amazing people on social media that know what they're talking about. that are willing to help you, that have their platform to help you. If you want to ask me, ask me. I will help you. I will tell you. We can work through it together. But if something makes you feel hesitant, if something is telling you to do something a certain way that you've never seen before, just stop in your tracks, don't go right into it. Figure it out, research it, ask for help. Alrighty, the shortbread part is done. Now we're gonna fill it with what I made in here. But since I'm making a healthy dessert, figured we could talk about the next thing that somebody mentioned, which was my thoughts on healthy dessert alternatives. And here's the thing, you do not need to eat a healthier version of a dessert to justify you eating a dessert. I love making these because I think they're super fun and the ingredients are minimal. I think I used like 6 ingredients in this entire thing. And you know exactly what you're putting into your body when you make these. You see the ingredients, and they're not processed. I don't make these because they're lower calorie. I don't know how many calories are in this. I don't care. I make these because they're yummy and the ingredients are better for you. They're less processed and they're homemade and it's fun. And you don't need to justify eating dessert by eating something healthy. If you want regular ice cream instead of Halo Top one night, go for it. If you don't, you don't. If you want to bake a healthy dessert and have that for the week, totally fine. If you want to have a candy bar instead, whatever, eat what you crave, eat what you want. I'm going to have these Twix bars, but guess what else I have right now? A cake, a whole cake, real cake, funfetti cake that Ethan and I made on Valentine's Day. So, it's delicious. And it's not gonna go to waste. I'm still gonna eat it, but now I have these too, in case I'm feeling something different. You don't have to, it goes the same with anything. If you wanna have pizza and you just feel like having pizza and you don't want the cauliflower crust types of pizzas, go have regular pizza. You don't need to you don't need to eat the healthier version of pizza to justify having pizza. It's okay to go have pizza once in a while. Obviously, everything's in moderation, as we've talked about so many times. The healthier desserts that you're making probably are going to be lower calorie, lower sugar than a candy bar you would buy at the store, or a dessert that you would go out and buy. It's all about balance. That's what we talk about. So don't feel like you have to have the healthier version in order to justify eating your favorite foods, because you can eat your favorite foods in whatever way, shape, or form that you want. Because that's how life is. It's supposed to be enjoyed. That's how we enjoy life, eating our favorite foods. Next is keto. All I'm gonna say about keto is carbs are your body's main source of energy. Your body literally needs carbs to run properly. Carbs are not bad for you. If you like to eat the way that the keto diet says you need to eat, you do you, but if you don't, just know that you're allowed to eat bread, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. Melting the chocolate now. The next thing that was on that little thing that I put out was thoughts on dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan diets for weight loss and for the benefits of it. I personally don't eat meat because I just don't really like meat, and I get enough protein in every day through plants and protein powder and vegetarian style proteins. That's just my preference. I do not do that because it is healthier. I will say that, leaner meats are gonna be better for you than your red meats like burgers and steaks. Ground turkey, chicken are great, but in terms of becoming a vegan because you think it's gonna help you lose weight, it's not. Vegan is a way of life. If you are a true vegan, you don't use any animal products, and that is in anything. That's in your skincare, your hair care, your food, what you drink, all of it. Veganism is a belief. It's a way of life. It's not a diet. So don't feel like you need to eat like a vegan because that's gonna help you reach your fitness goals, because it's not. You can reach your fitness goals eating the way that you eat. The same goes for being dairy free. I mean, I guess dairy's not the best for you. It's not the best for your stomach. It's not the best for your skin. But if you can eat dairy, go for it. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't eat dairy because it really upsets my stomach. But I miss cheese a lot. Dairy-free cheese is not the same. So if you have the luxury of being able to eat cheese, don't take that for granted. Eat cheese. The same goes for dairy-free milk alternatives. Just because it's dairy-free doesn't make it the healthier option. Always remember that when you're shopping. Just because something is labeled vegan or dairy-free or vegetarian doesn't make it the healthier option. So a lot of companies now are trying to target you off of that because a lot of people are promoting things like that, but just know that those aren't always the healthier options. The same with gluten-free. Gluten-free foods are there for people that have gluten intolerances, people that have celiac disease. I have family members that have that disease and literally can't eat gluten. Those foods are there for them. Those foods are not there for you to lose weight by eating them. They just don't have gluten in them. Go eat the regular bread. Come on. Just because it says gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthier. Same as what I just said with the dairy-free and the vegan and the vegetarian. Those are just different ways of eating for people that have intolerances or different beliefs about food. Doesn't make it the healthier option. And I know that it's a trend right now to eat dairy-free and vegan and vegetarian, and if that's how you like it, go for it, but just know that you don't have to. It's not going to benefit you better than the regular food that you eat now would. Just finished putting the last layer on those bars and popped them in the freezer. They have to be in there for a little while, so gotta wait. But those are the main things that people wrote to me kind of summarized, because this is a series, so we are gonna go more in depth on certain things. With that being said, if you have other things that you want me to talk about, if you have things that you want me to go more in depth on, please let me know, send me a message, leave a comment, and I will dedicate a video to that. This is what I want this series to be. I want it to be for you guys, and specifically to the things that you need help with and that you want to know. So please feel free to reach out. Please feel free to let me know things that you want to know, and we will talk about them. We'll work through them together. So that wraps up the first video of this new series, Breaking Through Diet Culture. I'm so incredibly excited to be starting this series. I can't wait to see what videos I put out there for you guys. Can't wait to see what we do with this series, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. I can't wait to hear your feedback. I can't wait to connect with you guys and learn more about you and
and hopefully help you in whatever way that you need. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Please stick around for the rest. I would love that. I mean, if you feel that you don't align with my beliefs anymore, if you feel like you don't really want to come on this journey with me, I completely respect that. But if you enjoyed today's video, I really hope that you come along on the rest of this series with me. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next video.